What's up guys, I'm back again making another video, and this time it is all about the new 2021 Acura TLX. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk all about this car, the specs, the looks, what's changed from the previous model year to this current model year, and I'm just going to go into a lot more depth about what we're expecting in this vehicle. By the way, just hit 200 subscribers, hashtag I'm in the big leagues right now. Also, if you guys are new, definitely subscribe to my channel, like this video, check out my other content because I have a lot of other videos like this. And if you're returning, thank you guys for watching my content. My goal is 1,000 by the end of the year. And yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. Let's see if this works. So for this new Acura TLX, first of all, I'm going to talk about the specs of this vehicle, and then we're going to move on to the aesthetics and the looks of the vehicle, because I feel like that's always more fun to actually get to see pictures of what I'm talking about. So for the basics, you're going to have a 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder version of this vehicle. And so in the 4-cylinder version, you're going to be getting roughly about 270 horsepower, whereas for the Type S, which is the sports model with the V6 engine, you're going to be getting roughly 290 horsepower. By the way, later on in this video, I'm actually going to talk about this interesting tip that I figured out while working as an engineer at car companies when it comes to dealing with new vehicles. In addition, this vehicle is also all-wheel drive, and it's going to be competing with the Audi A4 and the BMW 3 Series. So by the way, if you guys want me to make a video comparing those three vehicles, or maybe add on a few or subtract a few, let me know in the comments below, because I feel like, well, I made one similar with the 4 Series BMW, the Audi A5, and the Mercedes C-Class. So you can get you can go watch that video and get a general idea. Of how my videos are going to be if I compare the vehicles. So I went on the Car and Driver website and I decided to see what exactly in the previous model were the things that people liked about this vehicle and what were the things that people disliked, and then I'm going to compare it to this newer model and see if they've actually rectified those situations or those questions. So first of all, the big thing that people talked about was the speed. So I mean, again, going off of Car and Driver. For the 2019 model, you get about 207 horsepower, if I am not mistaken. And then for the 2021 model, you're getting 273. So between 60 and 70 horsepower is being added to this vehicle, which is a good chunk. So I mean, definitely on the power portion, I can definitely say that Acura has done a pretty good job of answering that with a more powerful car that performs well on tracks and of course as a daily driver. And the second issue that people had was the fact that the infotainment system just looked kind of outdated and old. So let's see if they actually were able to deal with that. So looking at this picture, you can tell that they've made it a lot more modern and I'm going to compare it to the older one here. It's pretty clear to see that they've decided to go the length to actually, well, look at what people are saying about their vehicles and find ways to rectify that. So honestly, I have to say, as far as the interior looks, I'm definitely a big fan of it. For example, in this picture right here, you can see the red and the black. I mean, of course, red by default is a very sporty look. But one thing I really like is the fact that it kind of looks rather minimalist, or minimalistic. So of course you have all the AC controls and whatnot. But I mean, other than that, you don't have too much that's distracting you from, well, your priority, which is driving. A lot of cars these days are having like these huge screens in their vehicles. Whereas for the case of the TLX, it's a lot smaller, it's a lot more discreet. But I feel like as far as the overall styling, it's miles better than it used to be in the previous years. It's very clear to see that they've actually, again, they've listened to what customers were complaining about or issues that customers had with the vehicle. Hopefully I'm able to work with Acura in the future because I actually reached out to them, and so I might be able to do a full-on in-person review of this TLX before it comes out, fingers crossed. But again, I'm going to keep you guys in the loop, and of course you can follow me on my Instagram to get all that good information about what's coming out, my new videos, all of that good stuff, other things I do out of YouTube. You can check all that out. So this tip actually mainly has to do with purchasing vehicles, and this comes from like an engineering point of view. As someone who worked at BMW, I can very confidently tell you that anytime there's like a full-on redesign to a vehicle, whether it be like the ECU, which is the engine control unit, or any of the computers in the vehicle in general, it's definitely the smartest decision for you to wait it out for a little bit and see if the software is able to hold for a long time. Because, I mean, maybe not even just the software, actually the hardware of the car as well. Because in many cases, you have situations like Ford that you do not want to end up like, where they had to recall over 2 million, like I think it was 2.3 million vehicles because the door latch wasn't closing properly. So literally you could be driving down the street and your door latch would just like disengage and the car door would just fly open. So that's definitely something that you'd want to avoid. So I mean, again, I'm sort of gonna look and see how this car does, because I mean, obviously looks wise it's decent. Price wise it's in the mid 30,000 range, so it's really not horrible. Comparing it to a BMW, we'd have to see how it does, or an Audi A5. Again, let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. But that's that for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys next time.